Hello everyone, welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep IAS. Welcome to another session on Daily Quiz. The big news video is out there, people. Please do check it out. International relations this week will be covered by Chetan sir, so don't miss it. BYJU'S is available now in Telegram channel. So those of you who have not yet joined it, please do join. Link is given below the description. So if you need important current affairs update, please do be part of this channel. Going to the very first topic, with reference to the discretionary powers of the governor, which among the following statements are correct? She or he can summon or prorogue the House at his or her own discretion when the government has lost its majority. The governor has to act always under the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. The governor can remove a minister without the aid and advice of the chief minister. Choose the correct options from below. Option A, 1 only. Option B, 1 and 2 only. Option C, 3 only. Option D, 2 and 3 only. The first statement, she or he can summon or prorogue the House at his or her own discretion. This is possible only when the government has lost its majority, not when the government still has a majority. If the government has the majority, then the governor will have to abide by the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers headed by the Chief Minister. The governor has to act always under the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. Absolutistic statement, not always. When the Council of Ministers have lost their majority or confidence, governor need not listen to the aid and advice and need not listen to the aid and advice even if it is a constitutionally invalid advice that has been given. The governor can remove a minister without the aid and advice of the chief minister. There is no provision in the constitution that gives governor this power. Even if governor wants to remove somebody, it should be because the chief minister has recommended so. Clear, people? So if that is the case, 3 is wrong, 2 is wrong, only 1 is correct. Answer is option A. This has been taken from the news article that has appeared in Hindu today. Kerala governor says he can sack errant ministers. As per the constitution, governor only has very limited discretionary powers. He is bound by the aid and advice as long as majority is there and the advice is not unconstitutional. Note these point, people. Majority is there and if the advice is not unconstitutional. Removal of ministers on the advice of the chief minister, and there is a standing Supreme Court ruling with regard to Arunachal Pradesh government dismissal. Okay, so please go through that once to get better clarity. And this is a very important topic even from mains perspective. Okay, moving on to the next topic. In recent times, inflation has increased because of India is a net commodity importer. Heavy rains towards the end of monsoon has accelerated wholesale price index. Choose the correct answer from the options given below. Option A, 1 only. Option B, both 1 and 2. Option C, 2 only. Option D, neither 1 nor 2. India is a net commodity importer. Now, because the rupee has been depreciating, what has happened is whatever we are importing, be it crude oil, be it coal, be it even food, all this, the prices have gone up. Because you are importing it, you have to make payments in dollars. So when you have to make payments in dollars, especially when rupee is depreciating, that actually puts a huge burden on the Indian economy. So yes, the first statement is correct. India is a net commodity importer, and that is one of the reasons why we are facing inflation right now. Heavy rains towards the end of monsoon has accelerated wholesale price index. Why? Because vegetables were affected because of the untimely rains. That too, at the end of the monsoon, we received heavy rains. This literally caused vegetable shortage, as a result of which price shot up. So food inflation has really increased in our country now. Clear? And the RBI is literally contemplating what to do now. Because if you increase the interest rate, what will happen? If you increase the interest rate, then growth will suffer. If you don't control the interest rate, there is always the chance that inflation may go out of hand. RBI Deputy Governor Michael Patra noted in the Central Bank's Monetary Policy Committee meeting last month that India is a net commodity importer with over a third of the consumer price index being imported. Complicates policy making, especially when the terms of trade turn unfavorable. Terms of trade turning unfavorable means what? Obviously, our import bill is much higher than our export earnings. Heavy rains at the monsoon's tail end have hit vegetable output, causing wholesale level prices to accelerate by an eye-watering 39.7%. Moving on to the third question now. Which among the following countries have demonstrated submarine-launched ballistic missile capability? India, United States of America, France, Russia, United Kingdom, China, South Korea. Choose the correct answer from below. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That is USA, France, Russia, United Kingdom, China. And together these are what? The permanent members of the UN Security Council. Neither India features in that list nor South Korea. Followed by this, you have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. France is not there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That is from India all the way till China. All the above. The correct answer is option C. It is not South Korea that has displayed this capability, but North Korea has claimed that they have submarine launched ballistic missile capability. Clear, people? So let us see that now. India joined a select group of nations when it announced the successful launch of an SLBM, submarine launched ballistic missile. The other 6 nations that have demonstrated similar underwater capability includes the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council and North Korea that has claimed a successful launch of an SLBM in the year August 2016. Clear, people? So it's India plus the 6 nations plus North Korea. Totally 7 nations have this capability now. Moving on. What are the benefits of RBI's latest tokenization? It cannot be broken into by any hacker. Token generated is useless outside the merchant's ecosystem. The new method can be used online and offline. Choose the correct options from below. Option A, 3 only. Option B, 1 and 3 only. Option C, 2 only. Option D, all the above. So let us try to understand how tokenization works. So let us say I have a debit card and then I have a credit card. And then there is, let us say, Amazon. So I place a request to Amazon, who will request for a token to the card network. And which are these card networks? Visa, MasterCard, Maestro, so on and so forth. Basically, these card networks will be the RBI approved ones. It will request for a token. And this token will be passed on through Amazon and then to me. Now, what is the interesting scenario here? You can see that I have placed the request through Amazon, who will place the further request to the card network, and Amazon will be the token requester here. And what the card network does is it verifies both Amazon as well as me there. So because that double verification happens, the biggest advantage here is this particular token that has been generated, I can only use it for Amazon transactions. That means I cannot use it for another online commerce platform. For another e-commerce platform, if I want to use my debit card, let it be the same debit card or a different debit card, doesn't matter. It is the same process. That means if I have to use the same debit card for another website, let us say Flipkart, again, request is placed, passed on to the card network verifies the details and issues the token. So each and every time for a separate online platform, it is a separate token. So what is the advantage? If somebody hacks and gets into this token, they cannot use it outside Amazon. They cannot use it in another online platform also. This is of totally no use. And even if they want to use it, even if they get access to it, each and every time they have to use the token, I will have to verify it. Only then the online transaction will happen. So you can clearly see it is a pretty much foolproof system. So if you actually see, it cannot be broken into by any hacker. That is an absolutistic statement. It can be broken into, but then there is not much use that the hacker will get out of it. So that statement is wrong. Token generated is useless outside the merchant's ecosystem. That is absolutely correct. This particular token generated inside Amazon, it is only useful inside Amazon platform. The new method can be used online and offline, which is again wrong. It can only be used online. Offline, if you need to use your debit card or your credit card, one has to still depend on the POS machines. Clear, people? Let's see further. Important points from this article again. New mandate is only for the use of credit or debit cards online. The token generated upon request for a specific merchant online, it can be Amazon, it can be Flipkart, it can be Zomato, it can be anything, is unique to a specific card number and is usable only on that particular site or mobile app. The token is literally useless outside the merchant's ecosystem. Moving on. The balance of payment of a country is a systematic record of, this is a previous year question from 2013, all import and export transactions of a country during a given period, normally a year, goods exported from a country during a year, economic transactions between the government of one country to another, capital movements from one country to another. It is option A. Sometimes you may get very direct questions like this even for your UPSC Prelims. Moving on, fact of the day, green crackers. Now what do you mean by green crackers? Green crackers generally cause less pollution compared to the conventional crackers. It does not mean that green crackers won't cause pollution at all. It causes 30% less pollution. It has been developed by the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. SWAS Star Suffle. SWAS is safe water releaser that suppresses the dust released by releasing water vapor in the air. It does not comprise potassium nitrate and sulfur, and it is 30% less particulate dust is released. That is, the particulate matter is the PM10, PM2.5, etc. So when water vapor is released along with it, what happens? Because the particulate matter gets wet, the dispersion of it into the air can be reduced. Then comes STAR, which is a safe thermite cracker that again does not contain potassium nitrate and sulfur, and it emits reduced particulate matter with reduced sound intensity. Now, when firecrackers, especially the conventional ones, when it bursts with such loud noise, animals can get very agitated, birds can get heart attack. Suffle, safe minimal aluminium and uses magnesium instead. That is, minimal levels of aluminium and maximum of magnesium is used, which reduces the sound compared to traditional crackers. You can get this only from licensed sellers. There is a CSIR NERI logo in it. White color in crackers are because of aluminium, magnesium and titanium. The orange color is because of carbon or iron. The yellow color is because of sodium compounds. Blue and red is because of copper compounds and strontium carbonates. Green is because of barium monochloride salts or barium nitrate or barium chlorate. The interesting thing what you have to understand here is the amount of chemicals that are being put into use in these components. On one side you have pollution, you have environmental destruction, but on another side you have livelihood. Especially the people who are in Shivagashi in Tamil Nadu, they actually depend on the cracker industry for their livelihood. So it's actually a debate between sustainability and livelihood. With that, we come to an end of our session. All right, take care.